What on earth?
It's just I'm trying to find a way to class it up a little bit. Look, I'm
Speaking
trying to
of
find a way to class it
classing
up a
it up,
little
look
bit.
at all your fingerprints across the
Yeah,
top.
though I got a lot of fingerprints. Let me clean off that camera real fast. You let me know if it gets
You're
any
not gonna
clearer.
you're not gonna face the camera and pick up your shirt there,
I'm
Mom.
not. Is that better?
It's fine. I think you just made it glossy. It's okay.
Well, we are losing our daylight, so we are outdoors. We thought we'd come to you guys from outside. With right at our backs is Jamie's beautiful garden, and
It's dwindling though.
it is dwindling. It's getting hot here, and it's crazy to me how as our garden begins to dwindle, there's other folks that are just getting things to grow because different parts of the country, different regions, and everything is a little bit, well, different climates. But we're getting hot. We're getting real hot.
I have
What's
to interrupt
wrong?
you because you didn't start us off right.
Hey, folks, Lester and
Yeah.
Jamie here.
You didn't give a hat
Tip.
tip or
I
or a
am
hey folks or
I am off my game. I am off my game. I'm physically fine. My head is weird. I'm not feeling good, but everything's fine. I'm excited that there's new life over at I'm a Survivor. And if you guys have not seen Le's or Megan's videos, you should check those out. There's new life. I'm not going to talk a whole lot about it because that's not my content, and we've it's hard. It's been really hard, especially at I'm a Survivor with so many people who are sharing the same content. Yes, we have different perspectives, but no matter how you say it, people don't want to watch the same thing or see the same thing more than once or twice or whatever. And I've always told Jamie that we have a whole lot. Let me just rephrase this whole thing. We have a whole lot better success with our videos here at Longhorn Lester's for one reason, because no one else dibbles in, is that a word,
well, I think
on this content. It's, if you want to see anything with the Longhorns or the ostriches or what happens here with the dogs or whatnot, it's only available on one of our channels. But over at I'm a Survivor, if something happens, and everyone's going to grab it on video, and so you're all, that kind of like divides everybody into which perspective they want to see.
yeah.
I don't know, but that's why I did not want to run over to I'm a Survivor, start grabbing video
Hold on a
today.
second. We wanted to run over
Yeah,
to
we
go
did
play
want to
with
run over.
babies.
Don't say what. Make them. Don't
I
say
said
what.
babies.
I know you did.
And we wanted to go play with babies, but we also ran out of time, and we're like, oh yes, we don't have to. Like, it was a little bit of a reminder of it's being taken care of, it's being handled. Megan called and asked a few questions, and I'm really excited for them. Really excited for them to experience this.
I did send a message for Ellie and Megan if they wanted to join us tonight, but they can't. They're actually in the process of doing mommy stuff, which is really cute to me.
Mhm.
I'm just beside myself with what amazing stress it is, a weight lifted off of our shoulders, knowing that the property is being managed very well, even on the days that we're not there. And today is just one more example. We have new life and it's being taken care of. And I'm just so darn excited for those two. They're doing a wonderful job. I am upset with Ellie, though. I will say this because I sent him, this is probably a little bit too much information.
Oh no.
But every morning I message both of my sons. I send them a text and I ask them, how you doing? What's going on? What's your day look like? Whatever. And Ellie replies always, usually within the first few minutes. Do you know he never told me that there were new goats over there? I just said it. I just freaking.
Lester!
Oh my God. I just said it and I caught myself. Oh, I'm so dumb. I am so dumb. I am so dumb.
You can't take that back.
I can't take it back. It's live. Ellie never told me there was new life over there. His reply to me was very generic and just kind of like a typical 23-year-old. Hey, Dad, all is good. HMU or HBU. You know that?
How about you?
How about you? Yeah,
Yeah.
they
I was
talk
like,
and
hit me up.
kids talk. No, kids today talk in is it acronyms? Just letter initials that stand for everything. LOL, STFU, TTYL. Yeah, you know. But the HBU is how about you? And so no, Lex is even funnier. Now
Lex is funny.
I send Lex a text. I'm like, hey son, how's your summer going? What are you doing with your days? His reply right away was, can't talk now. We're getting in the car. I'm like, okay, text me whenever you get buckled up. He writes back immediately. He goes, sorry, my phone's only on 6%.
AKA, we can't waste any battery life on texting dad.
He ain't gonna waste no battery on his dad. And I'm like, okay. So I said, okay. So I just put a heart, whatever. I didn't hear from him for like the next 2 days. And so I finally texted him again and I says, hey, you never texted me back. Sorry, I forgot. I'm like, son, I says, I'm your dad. How can you forget your dad? And this is his reply. I wish I had my phone to show you. You remember that I showed you. I showed everybody. He goes, sorry, I'll set a reminder next time. I'm like, he's going to set a reminder
to
talk to his dad. He's going to set a reminder. But I tell you what, we're being visited by everybody. Everyone's taking their turn to come by and visit. This is the best dog that we have here, y'all. This is Fiona. Now, I love them all. I love them all so darn much. And they're all very special in their own ways. But Fiona is especially good.
Fiona's amazing.
She is a true guardian of oh gosh, here comes Buddy. But it's like, talk about
Buddy
me. You know I'm sick. You know I'm sick. Talk about me. You know that I'm sick.
Buddy is not a guardian.
You know I'm a sicko. Buddy, where'd you go, Buddy? Yeah, we got a vet visit with Buddy this week. We have a vet appointment with Buddy. He's not gaining any weight, and I made a video about that today, actually, on YouTube. There's Buddy, and there's Christmas.
Christmas like, hello, I'm a good dog.
Yes, she's wonderful. They're all wonderful. They're all so
they all
wonderful.
Have very unique personalities and things that come out of them, and they're ornery. That's for sure.
They are ornery. Did I say it right?
I don't know. I say ornery, and people are
ornery. Yeah. That's not a word that we really use a whole lot. So, I mean, I know what you mean by that. But
trouble. Is that better?
They are a lot of trouble.
Christmas kangaroo jumped into Lester in my lap on the couch this morning while we were having coffee, and like scared the crap. Like we wouldn't let her up at first, so she's nosing her way up, and all of a sudden she just jumped straight in the air and lunged forward to be able to be. Oh boy!
All right, there's
now
Trixie.
We're creating the jealousy.
Here's Trixie. She just needs to make sure that she's still part of the love, and yes, you are. And now
Trixie's got to get a little tongue action.
Okay. Now we are. That's enough tongue action. Now you can go back down where you're at, baby. Go back to nap. Go back to nap time. I'm sure that everybody has a lot more funner things they can be doing. Funner and gooder things they can be doing.
Besides watching Trixie
put her tongue in my mouth. Yeah. I know. Last night we were in the hot tub, and Jamie and I were kind of arguing about something. We don't fight. We never fight. We can argue though. And we were arguing. I don't even know now what we were arguing about. I think we were just talking. And we were arguing because wouldn't have been funny had we not been arguing. So I turn around and I'm like, I have my back to her and I have my drink. And Trixie walks up and sticks her tongue right down my throat. Now I'm about gagged. I'd already had Stella trying to lick my straw. And Trixie come out of nowhere. She does that. She would crawl right in my mouth if I would let her.
It's true.
I don't know why she does that. But anyway, so we're kind of jumping around. We do have exciting new life over at I'm a Survivor. And Jamie and I did not go over today to see with our own eyes, but we will tomorrow. I promise you we'll find some time tomorrow.
For sure.
There's a whole lot going on this week. We got projects at both properties happening. Oh, there comes our lighting. So we're excited about making some really neat videos and talking all about some stuff going on. But How about you? What's going on in your life? I heard you inside the house making a video before.
I did. I had done some garden work over at I'm a Survivor, and I hate to like harp on it, but this is the time of year in Texas where at least for me, I'm kind of done with round one, and there's very little that is growing and producing right now. So I've kind of been clearing out the garden, and I'm a Survivor, and it was kind of sad to go through, but the animals benefited greatly. So I made a cute little video about that and spent some time with them. And then of course there's been a lot of videos that happened here this weekend. I prompted Lester to start a fire. I asked him to start a fire this weekend, not in the fire pit. Like, you'll see that video coming out. What else? I worked on the greenhouse a little bit. Dog's amazing. That part is so gross to me.
Hey, Dwayne, do you want to join us on our live? Dwayne is a fellow teacher in the Houston area. He's a brilliant mind. And he and I chit chat on a very regular basis. Dwayne, I'm looking at the comments. And if you would like to, now, Dwayne, I know that he says yes. All right, Dwayne, guys, this invite is only for Dwayne. Dwayne, I'm going to invite you. Give me a second here to get it, and I'm going to post it. But guys, this is only for Dwayne. I would love to talk to him. So please remember, this is only for Dwayne. I would love to talk to everybody, but this is only for Dwayne. Dwayne, if you can see that link right there in the comment area, click it, and we can get you to join us. And I know this is very impromptu. Am I pinching you?
No, I was just making sure that neither one of us was going to land in that tiny little spot right there.
So you know what I like about Dwayne, and I'm hoping he'll be able to find it and to click that link. Everybody else, this is only for Dwayne. I know that we all would like to. There we go. No, that's not Dwayne. We're only looking for Dwayne right now. Sorry. That's very kind of you to want to jump on, but we're looking for Dwayne. Dwayne, what you have to do is click that link in the comments area. You just click it. Now, Dwayne has probably run over to put some cologne on and to put deodorant and brush his teeth. That's what I do. I know that's what I do. That is what I do.
Dwayne says can't find it.
Dwayne.
On the screen, Dwayne, copy and paste it. Control-C, Control-V, and paste it into your browser.
Well, if
he's on a phone, though, it might not work.
So Dwayne should just be able to go scroll back through the comments, Dwayne, and you can. Dwayne, don't make me text it to you. I'm going to have to text it to him. Hold on, Dwayne. I'm going to send it to you in a text.
Well, while we're doing that, today I had to run a few errands and got out and about a little bit, and I might have accidentally bought a few plants. Accidentally. This is my confession to you.
Accidentally?
Accidentally.
I saw your car when you pulled up. Hold on, I'm taking a picture for Dwayne.
But for the record, I definitely had no other plants left here to go into the ground or anywhere else. Like I have really maintained and controlled myself lately. I've been a little withdrawal, if in effect. It's fuzzy because of the sun behind them. It could be fuzzy because of the sun. It could be fuzzy because there's a smudge across the camera. Could be fuzzy because of
the lighting, the time of day.
Yeah, the camera is probably struggling a little bit to grab the right light.
Oh my gosh, Dwayne, I can't do that from my phone. He says, just drop me the link.
I think we're going to have to wait for Dwayne next time.
Dwayne, we'll have to do you next time if you can't find a way in. I'm not, go ahead and hide that over here. Anyway, I would have liked to have chatted with Dwayne.
Cha-chad?
Dwayne can probably cha-cha too. Dwayne he's kind of Mr. Everything. Dwayne and I, does that say Dwayne?
No.
What does that say?
Not someone that's not a real person.
Oh my gosh. Go ahead. Guys, let's not do that. Everyone else, just forget that ever popped up. That was for Dwayne only. Jami and I promise you, we can talk plenty. But it was just nice seeing Dwayne in the comments. I will tell you some things about Dwayne. He's reached, okay, Sam, I'm gonna have to block you, buddy. I've asked you not to. Sorry, I've asked you to stop doing that. Now we've messed up, you see, because we were very clear that the link was for Dwayne only. And Dwayne, now you got all kinds of people getting blocked from the live because they all want to jump in and talk. And Dwayne and I go back a ways. We both reached very high levels in our teaching career. And I do believe Dwayne is still teaching. He's too young to retire. Now, I'm too young to retire, but I just kind of like took a step back to work more on the videos and do all of that. And I'm, making my ends meet from video creation, which I love. I really do love what I'm doing. I told Jami, people don't understand how much work it involves, video creating, how much work, time, especially, how much time it takes. And, you go out every day and you don't know exactly what your mission is. You don't know what type of video you might be making for that day. You want to always try to have something that's relevant. You want to make sure people stay in the loop, in the know, and things have to be timely. So you try to go out and get whatever you can find that might be entertaining enough to sustain an audience. You don't want to repeat the same thing from yesterday or the day before or the day before that.
Yeah, you also have things that are going on in real life and things to take care of. And then you're still a person as well, so you have your own emotions and feelings and outside camera events that can influence what's going on as well. Sorry, I didn't mean to steal your motion here.
No, keep going. No, I think it's good because we both, this is the life that we share and the life that we lead. Now, you have it harder than I do because you also have to deal with I
have a real job,
a 9 to 5 job. And sometimes that requires travel, and sometimes it requires being up before 9. Hey, explain to everybody how crazy this is. Why is it that sometimes you have to actually be on your Zoom as early as 7, and sometimes someone's just shooting away? That's nowhere near us. That's off way across the road. But someone is actually shooting out and about, which happens on occasion here. Not near as bad here as what happens over at the other property. But tell me why sometimes the Zooms can be so early, how it all deals with the West Coast and East Coast.
Yeah, I function across all of the U.S. So that's from Alaska to Florida, but every single time zone is part of my job. So sometimes my 7 a.m. and there's been a 6 a.m. Zoom as well, because on the East Coast, that's when the meetings start. And then sometimes I have to go till 9 or 10 o'clock at night because West Coast or even Alaska is still needing, some accommodation as well. So it's not 9 to 5. 9 to 5 is not real at all.
Picture how hard it would be for someone who's in California, but they have a meeting that the East Coast has scheduled at 8. So if it's 8, 7, 6, 5.
And that happens.
That's crazy. They have to be up and dressed and ready to Zoom that early in the morning.
You know what's harder though?
What?
When California has to travel to the East Coast. And so the travel itself is challenging. You have to basically travel an extra day if you're flying to the next coast to be in the meeting.
Yeah.
And then when you're there and the meeting starts at 8, but it's 5 o'clock your time. So you have to physically get up and go to in person instead of just walking on to be on Zoom type of thing.
Is that Dwayne?
That's Dwayne.
Oh my gosh.
Dwayne figured it out.
Dwayne figured it out. Guys, meet my friend Dwayne Lacey. Dwayne, how you doing, buddy?
Hello, how are y'all?
We're doing great. It's good to talk to you and have you join us on a live. You and I teach out on a pretty regular basis, and it's always usually school related, but you just have a brilliant mind, and I'm going to put you on the spot. Well, talk to us about your teaching. What was your biggest accomplishment this year? You have anything major?
This year?
Or any year. I don't care. Any year. You always have the neatest Facebook post about things that go on.
Students
students that you meet.
I go to graduate. I went to graduation this year and took pictures with some former students.
Okay.
I teach 8th grade. I teach middle school.
Ooh, yeah.
And if anybody knows about middle school, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, middle school's tough. You ever been cursed out, Dwayne?
You know what? There was a time where I was cursed out. I've been cursed out, But I would tell you, I had to learn because sometimes this is year 18. I had to learn because sometimes some kids I would antagonize a little bit, and I realized I had to kind of get better with that. I did. So there's some things I had to definitely learn. Oh man. And thankfully I would listen and I took criticism and I improved. But some of the kids, yeah, it wasn't warranted. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I didn't deserve to be cussed out. And it hadn't happened a lot. In 18 years, I had one, one cussed me out my first year. I remember seeing her a few years later. She was so apologetic.
Oh, she
Aw.
remembered and she
Mhm.
changed. Hey, Dwayne, don't leave. We're going to walk inside the apartment here because it's getting dark and people are saying they can't see us. Can you hold on 1 second?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on, Jamie. Let's walk inside.
Okay.
We're going
And
to take the entire.
I got all this.
You got all that? We're just going to walk right inside where we can have some light. When we started, it was a little bit lighter and the sun just went down so fast. And inside here, we'll get a little bit better internet signal. Okay. The problem is I don't know if we've cleaned up anything. So you always worry about if you've cleaned or not. All right, give me 1 second, Dwayne. We're going to get everything set up here. Jamie, we can do this. Come on.
We can do this.
All right.
This is really
Yeah.
exciting.
House is a little bit of a wreck. We haven't cleaned
Oh man.
today. There we go. Now, Jamie, is that better?
I don't know. I can't tell. The screen is dark.
The screen is dark, which
Hold on.
might be.
Is it
Yeah.
is it me?
No,
Well,
it's not you.
we're not plugged
It's
in.
Literally us.
There.
And hold on a second.
And
What
Jamie's going to adjust a little bit of lighting here. So, Dwayne, while Jamie's figuring all this out, let me ask you this. Have you had more issues with the young ladies as far as the cursing and the loss of emotions than the young men?
You know, I mean, I had a couple. It's kind of equal. There's been times where the boys have been the ones that can't control their emotions.
Oh,
But yeah, but I definitely had some young ladies was like and again, man, I'm learning. I'm trying to learn the kids. I keep in touch with a lot of former students. I mean, there's some kids that they didn't like me then, they don't like me now. But there's
yeah.
other kids where we butt heads a little bit, and then they got older. And I'd see them later, and it's like we talk, and it was just different. You know what I mean? And so that's the beautiful part of seeing them grow up. Because I had a big heart, so I really identify with you a lot because I put a lot of my passion, a lot of my heart into it. And
Yeah.
so sometimes that passion can get the best of you. And you get so frustrated with them because you want it so bad for them.
Yes.
You're like, man, come on. Like, don't sell yourself short, or you got to get it done. You got to get it done. So
that's true. I feel like I owe a lot of that relationship building to a program that Aldine had started several years. I was about halfway through my teaching career, and Aldine began to focus on what they called the 4 R's, which was rigor. Obviously, you want to have a rigorous curriculum. That wasn't really my thing. I'm not one to be rigorous, relevance. Everything must be relevant to the curriculum and school, whatever. But relationships was huge. And they were talking about how far that can get you when you take the time to get to know these students, and you get to know their families, and you get to know, so much about them. And so what they also began to let us do was what they call loop up with our students. So we would have students, let's just say that if you're 4th grade, you would have them in 4th grade, move up with those kids to 5th grade. So now you have those same kids for 2 full school years, even summer school for those who need it. And then once the kids move on to middle school, you would loop back down to 4th grade. So you had a partner teacher who would kind of loop around with you a little bit. And
admin does that. We see that more in administration. I see admin doing that more.
Yeah.
I've seen some teachers do that. And so I did that one year. I went from 7th and I was so into 8th grade. I think my problem was I had so much pressure on myself because I was going from a non-star tested subject to a star tested subject. And, dealing with, unless I had one teacher a year, except that's, 2015. And I moved up and I had all this pressure on myself. And I didn't get a lot of the same kids I had before.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Some of the kids and so it just it was a tough year. It was a tough year transitioning because I just put so much pressure on myself, and also just that star is a lot of pressure. But once it, if you can teach well and you push the kids and you're there for them, and you use a lot of games. I use a lot of the online games, a
make it
lot of
fun.
different
Yeah.
type of online games. I mean, all of them. I think those things help the kids a lot. I think that takes a lot of the pressure off of stars for history.
Dwayne, making a connection to winning Teacher of the Year for your district, and of course, I was able to.
Well, I did this. This is my school. I didn't win
Yeah.
this.
But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is
You
the
won this.
pressure that you feel, I think that's very similar to like when you win Super Bowl. The next year, you feel like you need to really represent. And sometimes it's not. The dynamic can be off, the chemistry can be off, there could be a change in whatever, and you can't find that same repeat or over and over. And so that it is a lot of pressure the year after that. So that's how I imagine professional athletes feel after winning something, then the next year they have all these expectations like, come on, you're the Teacher of the Year. What do you show us something, show us something brilliant. And you're like, I'm trying here. I'm trying. And this is hard,
Yeah.
But,
It's but again, I do believe I believe these tests have their place. They just shouldn't be the end all be all. I think they have their place. I think there has to be some accountability. I think I'm seeing less and less accountability for kids. You're seeing behavior go down, but there's a lot of factors that go into that. Behaviors. There's just a lot of stuff that goes into that, man. There needs to be more support for kids, and there has to be funding. But I still believe in holding kids accountable to holding them accountable. You want to help save them and help direct them before they ever go out to the public.
Yeah.
And I think that's nowadays not a lot of people want that to happen. It's like, hey, I want them to be the best they can be.
Yeah.
Hey, Dwayne, I have a question for you.
Yes.
Are those carvings eagles behind you?
I just typed the comments. My grandmother passed away like 96. And so these are some things she had in her house.
That's cool.
So we were able to went in her house and we were able to take some stuff. So I took those two things and there were some pearls. I don't know what happened to those pearls, man. I hate y'all like, man. Oh man. But I do still have these eagles.
That's so cool. Those are really neat.
A funny connection to that is I was at my dad's house recently, and my dad has an entire collection of cast iron everything. I mean, cast iron from small skillets to very large cast iron, like what do you call the big soup?
Like a kettle.
Kettles. Yeah. I mean, cast iron, man, old stuff that he's always kept clean. And for the longest time, he had it on a display. And my mom finally got tired of dusting. She goes, "Get that stuff out of here." And I'm like, wait, I want it. And Dad's like, "I'm not getting rid of it." So he ended up moving it out to his shop, which, whatever. But I had to have a really hard conversation with my dad. And I says, "Dad, I hope that you live forever. I hope that you live forever. But if you ever do get to where you start writing down things that you want to have passed on to people, I want that cast iron stuff. I'm going to make a nice display out of it, and I'm going to keep it in the house."
I'll use it.
Yeah, we could use it. But no, so your grandma had a thing for wood carvings, it looked like.
I think those are bronze, right?
Are those bronze?
I guess they're bronze. Yeah, they're not wood carvings.
Those are very nice.
But I didn't know. We do her, she cooking, and man, she loved the Lord, and they were in the country. So they were in like what we call a street called Huffsmith Corville, Tomball area.
Okay.
So yeah, and they had land. They had hogs.
Wow. Nothing.
So I'm sorry. I'm just.
Go ahead. No,
amazing.
Go ahead.
Jamie, you're amazing. I'm really excited to meet you, and I'm trying not to get emotional because I'm just like, wow, this family.
Why would you be emotional
don't be emotional, Dwayne.
Wait, I've never seen your emotional side. Why would you be emotional for?
Oh no. I can be emotional. So
Well, that's beautiful.
Sentiment.
But hey, I will say, Dwayne, that people love emotions. People love emotions, and I never, I've always been kind of a man's man. At least I thought I was.
Yeah.
There's been moments in my life where I found myself just at a point where I just could not keep it together, and I thought that no one would ever forgive me, and you would be shocked at how many people are actually okay with a man showing emotions once in a while,
Well,
not
yeah.
walking around pouting and whining all the time, but a man
Yeah.
that can, hey, sometimes things in life get to be more than what we can handle, brother, where they just get harder than what we can handle. And you're like, I'll tell you something, and this is kind of, it's on the same subject, but I don't know how you would word it, Dwayne, and we may word it differently, but I kind of feel like there's always this inner battle, and I call it my demons. I think we all have our demons, and you may not call it that.
Yeah.
I call it my demons. We have these long talks with our demons, and we got to always battle our demons, of whatever those may be. And I know what things that haunt me, or the things the talks that I have with my things, are different than what Jami has talks with, or what you have talks with. But I think all of us, no matter you or me or the folks who are watching right now, we all battle with something in there that sometimes can get the better of us, and so,
I also, my problem was comparison. I'm the youngest of seven. I mean, I got a great family, but I'm the youngest of seven, so I always compared myself, and I found myself, even with other teachers, comparing myself, or feeling insecure, or feeling like I'm not reaching the kids like they're reaching them, and blah blah blah. And those things can those things can be tough. There's a guy named Jonathan McReynolds. He sings a song called "Comparison Kills," and I mean it's very true, because like you can compare yourself, but it's like, hey man, you learn from others, and I learned from a lot of other teachers, but you don't have to keep bashing yourself all the time. And that's a struggle. That can be a struggle at times. So
it is a struggle. So yours is more of a man versus himself.
Yeah.
If you put it into literary terms, the way I kind of put everything back into literature, it's man versus himself, right?
Yeah.
It's more so that about that. Man versus man versus nature, man versus himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man versus nature.
Yeah. We've done that too a few times around here.
Sure, we do that every day. Every time you walk outside with an ostrich, it's man versus nature around you.
Man. When the one got out, oh, that was amazing. It was good now. I can't imagine what y'all dealt with.
Yeah, nature won that day. Nature beat man. Nature wins a lot around here.
Yeah, nature wins a lot around here.
All right.
What y'all do is just amazing, and y'all's family. And
we come to talk to you, Dwayne. We don't talk about us. We don't talk about you.
I want to know, Mr. Dwayne, what was your favorite thing that your grandma cooked? You said she loved to cook.
She used to make this cake. It was like yellow cake with white icing. And the thing about me is that I like yellow cake with chocolate icing, or chocolate cake with chocolate icing. But she made this cake, and I used to love this cake. Now she made jelly. She made homemade jelly, but it was something about that cake.
She probably used cast iron. She probably baked in cast iron.
She might have.
Seriously, the cast iron makes a difference. It makes a difference in how things taste. It does. It does. All right. Well, Dwayne, we didn't want to keep you. I appreciate you. This had to be tough, because even though you and I chat on occasion, how did it feel to say, whoa, wait a minute, he's going to put me onto a live?
It is be on camera and everything else, like poor Dwayne.
We didn't prepare you or prep you. I just saw you and I'm like, hey, I ain't talked to Dwayne in a little bit. Let's see what he's up to.
It felt good. I mean, I felt honored.
No.
I write for a Christian music website called New Release Today. So I've done like interviews and stuff like that, which now it makes me want to get back to doing those. But still, I mean, y'all have a huge following. So for me to do this, I'm like, whoa, but I feel honored.
Hey, Dwayne, I'm going to ask you something that's a little bit, I'm probably going to word it wrong. And Jami will pinch me on the leg.
I'm just gonna
see me flinch.
I have his hand in my hand, and then it's the other one's. His leg is in my hand. I'm so nervous right now about what you're going to say.
No. Well, I couldn't ask anyone this. I couldn't
Oh,
ask
but you're going to ask Dwayne in front of 5,000 people.
I will ask Dwayne in front of 5,000 people. Yeah, Dwayne.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
So right now, Dwayne, you may not know this on your end, but we are using something called StreamYard where we pull all of our pages come together. So we have just over 5,000 people watching me make a fool of myself when I ask you this. You ready? Okay. And I know you're not going to judge me because you know that I don't always think and know how to articulate things, right?
All right.
Dwayne, I don't know what brought you to the page. If you could answer that question first, what made you find an attraction in the channel and you keep up with things, and what keeps bringing you back?
Oh, okay. So obviously what made me interested in the page was, first of all, the first was Run Maggie Run.
Aww.
So a particular video.
So, oh man, Run Maggie Run was that is a classic, and I could not stop watching that video because the way she jumped so high onto that hay. Oh yeah. Anyone will catch her, man. So so that was amazing, and your reaction, Maggie, and Eddie. So those things really attracted me there, and then I just during the pandemic, y'all were key, y'all were very crucial. Just one of the things I watched that, and then Rainn Wilson from The Office used to have this show, and so that was I'm from Houston. I live in Houston. People are asking, but that, and what makes me keep coming is just the regular life and the fact that you can be real. And you and I have talked about some things that some political issues, some issues with those things, and
because that's where I'm going with this. That's where I'm coming. I'm coming with that one. Right?
Wow.
I love yours.
Now I really am like, oh. No.
I love yours and Jamie's approach. And my thing is, I have a big heart for unity. I have a big heart for people being able to have civil discourse. I'm working on it and things of that nature. So I have a big heart for unity and stuff like that. And it's not easy because people talk at each other and they don't listen to each other.
So how is it? So this, I guess now, since you actually brought that up, now I kind of have a twofold question, because you and I have had discussions where we don't agree on some discourse, as you say, things in the system, and you've never hated me because of the fact that I don't always agree with you, and vice versa. I don't dislike you at all. I admire you that we do have conversations. And then secondly, you are African American. So
I was playing.
All of a sudden, Lester's like, "What's wrong with our screen?"
Whoa! Okay, I had to do it, y'all.
And so, but the thing is, I tell Jamie all the time that I don't know why the page can't attract more of a diverse audience, because I don't think that we all have a very diverse audience. Yeah. And my biggest fear is it's something that I'm saying, or something that I'm doing, or something that I'm not doing. And so
I think some are not used to, they don't know the farm life. I think it's an issue. They just, but there's the funny thing is that there's a lot of African Americans that are country. They are farm, that, you know what I mean? And so again, I think if you start watching the show, you would enjoy some of it. It's just different.
So they may not have the exposure. They may not have ever seen the first exposure to the channel then.
Yeah, and then, with me, I went to Sam, you went to Sam, and then I lived in Huntsville for a little bit after that, and I went to church there. And so a lot of the people, guys are, country, I got a good friend, one of my great friends, David. He is as country can be. And for me, it reminds me of them. It reminds me of that type of thing, the people I went to church with and stuff like that. And so I just like that I like diversity, man. I like people being around different people. I really like being around different people. I vowed to be able to reach kids. I'm a history teacher, so I don't know. They said the favorite thing to teach anyway. I'm sorry. I see the chat, but I like to be around different people. And I feel like we
Oh,
could.
he's pretty good. If he's talking to us and still reading all
He's a
those
teacher.
comments.
He can see everything in the room while he's facing the board.
Got you.
Yeah, got you.
You gotta read. You gotta be able to see everything, and you gotta hear well. See, I tell kids, I'm like, y'all know, I can hear well. I don't know why you're doing that. I can
Hold
hear.
on. Well, did y'all just hear that? A black man who just said y'all. I hope everyone just heard that. I hope everyone just heard this. A black man saying y'all because
it's a Texas
thing.
He's like, I'm from Texas.
Texas thing. It's like everybody Texas. We say y'all.
We say y'all, and that's beautiful. Dwayne, it's always fun talking to you. You and I will chat again later. I'll go ahead and let you get off now and everything. And the people here have been very kind to you. Don't do like me and try to read every darn comment though, because you'll find yourself being up all night long. And I just can't help it. I'm just a reader by nature, so I will go later to the tub and just read and read and read. And but it's something that's you just kind of want to. It's neat, you know. But I will show you one.
To see that there's people from a whole bunch of different ethnicities.
Yeah. I'm happy to see that because, and you know, and I really, I guess I'm just guilty of not really checking. But we do get analytics out on Sundays. They release on our channels how our channels are doing and who your audience is. So we kind of know our age group. We know all these different demographics. But I will say that by and large, it's more Caucasian than it is any other ethnicity group. And so it makes me happy that you found us and that you enjoy it, and that there's other folks who are also of other backgrounds. So I maybe didn't realize there's more than what I was aware of. So that's good to see.
Mr. Dwayne, it was really great to meet you. Thanks for joining.
Thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great night.
Wait to find out what you were getting emotional over. I mean, I love to hear those personal stories.
Snap.
I love to hear those personal stories. Hey, Dwayne, let me show you something real funny, though.
Oh my gosh, the Texas goodbye is
I'm going to show Dwayne something real funny. I've had this sitting here. Now, this lady who wrote me a letter, she says, please do not share this online. So I'm going to respect that and not share her entire story.
Yeah.
But she wrote a really sweet story to me, and that I cannot share. But here's the thing. She said that it would just make her world if I could write her back. And so it's one thing to reply to a comment. It's one thing to, to do a text, or the way you and I text a lot, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's harder to reach down and grab a pen and paper and write somebody back.
Yeah.
I think that she knew that. Look what she did.
This is the funniest thing ever.
She actually...
She wrote it out. Check yes or no, things that she wanted to know.
Instead of me having to write her, I know you can't read it. It's too far away. But she actually wrote all of these things that she wanted to know, and all I have to do is check yes or no. And then I'm gonna hide her name here. She sent me a self-addressed stamped envelope. So now she can go ahead and get her.
The thing is, though, is if he doesn't reply, how horrible is that? So now this is on his homework list tonight. He has to do it.
I will. I mean, how can I not? All I got to do is just check yes or no. Check the box that applies. And she didn't ask any like specific questions, but she wants to receive a letter from Lester so bad, even if I don't actually write anything besides putting a check or an X and send it back to her. And I got a self-addressed stamped
It's probably
envelope.
going to come with some Old Spice sprinkled on it too. So
I'm going to old school it. No. You know what I'm going to do? Dwayne, you remember this one over here?
What's that other one? Drakkar?
Yeah, Drakkar.
Oh, my dad, RIP, my dad passed away in 2018. He used to wear that. I used to sometimes, when I was little, I would get some Drakkar. Oh, man.
You know Drakkar.
Lester asked for it for Christmas one year.
Oh, no.
It brings back, it takes me back to my glory days. When I put on Drakkar, I don't need anything else. I return back to my glory days, Dwayne. My knee doesn't hurt. All them things are gone. I'm back to 22 years old, living the
Drakkar life.
I want to show Dwayne. I want to remind Dwayne of one thing he might be too young to even know about. So I will take this lady's letter and I'll fold it one time. And then I will take it and I will fold it a second time with this little angle over here. You know where I'm going with this, Dwayne?
The football?
Nope.
Oh,
Then I'll take it and I'm going to fold it down like this over here. So some of you guys who are about my age will know where I'm going with this. Then I'm going to take it and fold it backwards a couple of times. I'm trying to show you as I do it. One more time. And now, Dwayne, looky here. I'll take that tip and I'll stick it right in there. And then I can put pool. I can write the word pool right there. And look, that's clever. That was the way we used to pass notes back in my day.
I've never gotten a note like that.
No, you may get one for Valentine's Day.
Oh, boy.
I see you.
Anyway,
fancy.
It was a pleasure talking to you, bud. And thank you for being so open and honest, answering all of our questions, and us putting you on the spot with an interview you weren't prepared for. But it's been fun. It's been real. So thank you.
Thank y'all. This has been awesome.
Good. All right, man.
Have a good day.
We'll talk to you soon. You live close. You're welcome to come visit sometime, Dwayne. You don't have to only watch online. You can come actually see Run. Well, Maggie no longer is with us, but you can see Annie.
You can see Run Lester Run. That happens often.
Yeah, Run Lester Run. We can make our own video.
That was awesome. Oh, that'd be amazing.
All right, bud. We'll see you later,
Bye,
Dwayne.
Mr. Dwayne.
Thank you, sir. That's awesome, y'all. So Dwayne and I have been chit-chatting probably back since the all of the social unrest. And Dwayne has followed the channel well before that, back from the Run Maggie Run days. And I guess that even though we never try to, I mean, neither one of you or me, neither one of us are political. Neither one of us walk down the left or the right. We just kind of like,
we believe in what we believe in.
We kind of work our way around and we wiggle back and forth on what we believe and what we feel is right. And we've never had a political aisle that we belong to or a group that we belong to. But I guess I've made a comment at some point where I offended or maybe I upset some people. And so, which happens on occasion without me realizing it. I would never do that purposely. You don't do that purposely, but sometimes in just being yourself, and without trying to walk around with a filter, that can happen. And Dwayne messaged and I replied, and we began just a really in-depth dialogue back and forth.
I think it was a really collegial, like, I mean, I think that what you had told me was like that I actually have had some of the most intelligent and open, honest,
brilliant man.
Yeah, conversation.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jamie. If people don't take time to talk, you never understand someone else's perspective. We are all so tunnel visioned into what we're told by our media sources, but whatever the media wants you to hear is what they ingrain into you. And this goes for everybody. This goes for
this goes way beyond politics, though. This is like, and you said people don't take the time to talk. I think it's talk and listen. I think it's both sides. Like, there's a lot of times where you can go to an event and hear everything that was going on, but did you listen? Because a lot of the times, I actually went to a few courses on this. We hear it, but we're in our head instead of listening. We're formulating a response already instead of truly listening. So I think that with Dwayne, what I've seen that you two do, whether it's about politics or farm or teaching or anything that you talk about, that you both take time to process and listen before you respond.
Yeah.
And I think that has really been eye-opening for the both of you to be able to see the other side.
That is the only way that our country is ever going to fix itself. Seriously, it's not going to happen by each group becoming more and more radicalized and more, demeaning of each other and putting each other down and all of the nonsense in Washington and all of the stuff they do back and forth and the tactics of stalling and delaying. That's never going to fix anything. That's never going to be fixed. It's going to take real discussions with real smart people who can listen, who take the time to listen and understand. And if not, we're just going to, I'm sorry, we're going to continue our demise. And that's a shame, because there are smart people in this country. And we're an amazing country of very talented and gifted people who are super well spoken, and we find ourselves being stuck to whatever our news source is, and that's all we can see. and believe, and that's a shame. But no, Dwayne was an eye opener. Go ahead,
I was just gonna say something funny.
you can.
Did y'all hear about the latest news though about the aliens? Because I can't stop watching it now.
So
Like,
Jamie,
it's so bad.
Jamie, you guys know that she loves the conspiracy theories. And so yesterday we're watching this horrific storm. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
it was a storm came through here last night, and rain was pouring down. And I says, Jamie, I says, have you ever noticed that it never sprinkles anymore? We never get a 2 or 3 day sprinkle, just a kind of a slow drenching rain. It either doesn't rain for months, and then it comes this tremendous downpour that the water has no time to even seep into the ground. It just washes right on down the hill. And I'm like, it's been that way for years. What happened to the old days when we used to have water that would just like, it would sprinkle? And Jamie's like, oh, I know the answer to that.
No, I didn't say that. I said,
No, you
well,
did. You says, well, from what I read, it's because the government is doing all of this seeding, this cloud seeding. And then Mother Nature tries to come back and try to balance itself, like in Pandora, the movie Pandora, the little blue people that would connect. Y'all remember Pandora? Like, they would connect and they could read each other. And nature was all connected back on that planet. Nature was so connected. And on our planet, we're all cloud seeding and trying to play God and control the weather and control this and sending radio waves into the biosphere or the atmosphere and the different spheres and all kinds of stuff. And Jamie said, she goes, it's because the government will not leave the weather alone. If they would leave it alone, nature will always balance itself out.
I like to think a little bit, and that doesn't mean I believe it because I say I read this. I just read it, and I'm like, it just to open up your mind and to think about it in a different way than what we've always been taught or always been told. Anyway, all I wanted to say was, apparently there's an alien that landed in Las Vegas, apparently, in someone's backyard.
Sweetie, that place is called Area 51, and it's been there since like the 1940s.
No, I'm talking about like this past weekend, apparently.
An alien. Okay, is that a Will Smith movie where he actually hits the alien in the face and ends up dragging the alien back with him?
All I'm saying is if an alien lands here, you can bet that, and by the way, the thing about
we will video this for y'all.
They didn't video it. So if it happens here, you can bet that we will bring it to you probably live with Lester on his sleeping pills in full disbelief that it's happening if it happens at night. And if it's during the day, we'll bring it and we'll have all the ostriches looking over it as well, because I will not miss that video opportunity.
No, you're going to grab that one, huh? No, I feel we have, man, there are so many conspiracy things all over the place. We have the one about the Canadian fires are not real. That's chemical warfare happening right before our eyes. And we have to deal with reading all of that stuff from the conspiracy people. Stop making that face. Jamie is just hey, everybody has their thing. Everybody has their thing.
I'll take time out Tuesday to talk about all of the recent conspiracy theories.
Okay.
And we can all just like think out loud together.
So y'all look forward to that on Jamie's Timeout Tuesday, where y'all are going to be talking conspiracy theories.
Oh, wait, that's a lie. Tuesday, I will be on a plane.
Oh, no. Well, I guess I can do that live for you.
All right. Let's drink conspiracy theories.
Do I get to drink? Do I get to drink and have a toast and all that fun stuff?
Have a toast, and I will queue up some conspiracy theories for you.
There's a lot of folks saying there was a police officer who confirmed or is confirming that was an alien.
There is.
They have police cameras and all kinds of stuff. A lot of people are with you on all that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just don't like to think about stuff like that. Maybe I'm the kind of guy that wants to close my mind down to it and think that can't be. They would never do that. Government would never lie to us. The government would never deceive us. The government would have no secret reasons to deceive us. We're good people. We work hard. We pay our taxes. Why would they trick us like that? So I don't know, but that's fun. Well, listen, we pretty much consumed our entire life. Is there anything going on besides the I'm a Survivor new babies you want to talk about? I
want to give a little plug for what happened last night. Did you just see Double?
I did. Okay. I saw Double.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I haven't had anything to drink, and I was like, "Ooh, I saw two of us." something big happened here at Longhorn Lester's last night to us in the middle of the storm. Lester captured it on video. I know you probably were not prepared to talk this up. I don't want to talk about it. I just
Well,
want to
the
say that
problem
there's
is
a video.
I was already 2 drinks in when it happened. And so
I was not a drink in.
I was 2 drinks in when it happened. And I don't even, that video is going to require some serious editing. I remember at one point, can I say one thing that you said? I will not mention what happened.
Okay.
If I can help it. But I'm not, because
you're not going to?
They're going to think I'm a jerk if I say what I said in my video. I was having, guys, it was.
You already opened the door now.
It was Saturday night. It was 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I was home for the night and I was having a couple of drinks. I'm telling y'all, I'm kind of not feeling well. I needed a drink. Okay. I needed a drink. And so I ended up having 2, and I ended up having 3, but on my second drink in the hot tub, something happened. We discovered something, and Jamie was asking for help, and I was in no position to help her, but I was trying to help her. And with my camera in one hand, my drink in the other, I'm trying to help her. We find ourselves up in the loft, up
like
above,
the attic loft.
Yeah, right here above, the attic above where we're at right now. And she's like, get me this. And I'm like, if I get you that, how am I going to video? And she's like, put your drink down.
I didn't say that. What I said was, oh, okay. And just moved on, because I was like, didn't even realize what I even asked for. He just is in video mode thinking about what he's going to say next. It was fine. He ended up helping me. But later on, whenever was it this morning when you were watching that? Yeah. And laughing about it, he goes, yeah. I just like totally denied you the help in the video.
I felt bad. I felt bad. I guess I'm glad I don't drink on a daily basis. Let's just say that we're glad that I only drink on rare occasions. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it was a huge surprise to both of us, and it was discovered, and it's alive. And when is that video going to come out? Tuesday, Wednesday?
Probably Tuesday. Yeah, I have my video tomorrow, and then it'll be the next day.
So Tuesday, look for that video, because I'm telling you, wow. Don't worry, he edited that part out. But
I'm not going to play. I'm going to see when I have it scheduled for. So because you're plugging Tuesday, I don't want anyone to miss if it's tomorrow, because some people are going to wait and see what day. Hold on. Just keep talking, love.
Anyway, I needed help because of what we discovered.
Oh, tomorrow.
Okay. Tomorrow morning on Facebook.
On Longhorn Lester Facebook, yeah.
It is, I'm telling you, the biggest surprise that has happened here. Yeah. So, there's more to come on it as well.
This place is full of surprises. So if Jamie's saying it's our biggest surprise, you know it's good. And just whatever comes out of my mouth in that video, you know what I should do is just play my music over the top of it.
No.
I have this song that I love, and I'll go ahead and just tell y'all right now. I have this song that has been stuck in my head. I don't know. I think that everybody connects to music in different ways. Would you agree with that? Mm-hmm. And sometimes certain songs can affect you, and they kind of have they get into your head, and you find yourself walking around humming that song, singing that song, some better than others, obviously. And so I have included this one particular song in a lot of my videos, and I'll maybe just gonna stick the song over the video and just play the whole darn thing. I don't know, but it's funny.
No, that song, a lot of people ask about who sings that song, and I responded to somebody and said that it was from a reel that you found it, right?
Yeah. So ultimately, you got to be real careful when you use music, because if it's been copyrighted, it can get you into trouble. But on occasion, a new artist will pop up, and he's trying to make it big. You know, they have to try to find their window of opportunity into social media. And so I was going to say something kind of inappropriate. There's other ways into social media besides taking your clothes off. Okay. And everyone needs to know that. And so you got to find your talent, find your gift, find what you can share with the world. And then, even then, sometimes doors, you can't find that window. And so what a lot of folks are doing are going to reels or shorts on Facebook or YouTube, or even TikToks, and they're putting their music on there and they're asking you to share it. They want you to share it. If you like it, then share it. And that's how they can slowly get their name out there. And so I was lucky to run across this reel, and I'm like, wow, listen, that's a powerful song. I'm really liking that song. And now I seem to play it all the darn time. And everyone, not everyone, but a lot of folks love the song.
I love the song.
They love it. And so, yeah. So no, it's just a song that I play a lot. I could play it now as we're saying our closing goodbyes. It's already on here.
Oh my God.
Would you like me to play it as we're saying? Y'all, that's my song, and a lot of folks love that song. I love it. I will tell you real fast the name. I'll have to have Jamie see it because
I think it's called Ghost.
It is called Ghost, and the fella's name is Stephen_James. Stephen_James.
Yeah.
This is is this TikTok or Facebook?
Facebook.
That's a Facebook.
Actually, it's an Instagram.
That's it on Instagram. So it's Stephen, STEVEN _James. And he's on Instagram is where I found that song. And yeah, beautiful song. Anywho. All right. Well, my friends, I think that's all we got for you guys tonight.
Thank you all for joining us and spending your Sunday evening with us, kicking off the week, and look forward to Lester's video tomorrow. And of course, there's lots going on on all of the platforms and all of the videos and all of the properties and, just in our daily lives. And I just want to say thanks for giving us the greatest gift of all, which is your time.
Amen to that. All right, guys, we'll catch you guys on the next video.
We love you.
It's always funner and gooder, Jamie. It's always funner and gooder when you do things with people you love and care about.
Absolutely.
That is another Lesterism, right?
That's a Lesterism.
That's a Lesterism.
Mm-hmm.
I started that, so